Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my updated hair color. So in my previous video, I kind of alluded to making my hair color different every month, and that was my intention. So my last hair color was kind of like a red, orange, yellow, I keep wanting to say ombre, it's not ombre, like a fire gradient. I absolutely love that color, but what month are we in? October? I think that was in August, and I wanted to try something different in September. I ended up letting that fade out, and if you don't maintain the red, orange, yellow color, or even the red and orange, after a couple of washes, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 washes, and mind you, it's not with a sulfate-free shampoo because I did want to fade my color. It faded out to like a muddy red and orange. I didn't really take any photos of it intentionally, but this is what the color looked like. So it did fade out to a muddy orange and red. So I wanted to completely color strip that out, and I ended up doing that. I used the one and only color fix as well, and that worked well. I think I did 2 rounds again. I really should have written this down for you guys so I know I'm going to update my hair. But I did 1 or 2 rounds of the color removal, and it worked out perfectly. So it went back to like a nice blonde kind of gray. So again, the darker tones up here is kind of like a blonde gray, blonde silver, and then down towards the tips is a little bit more platinum blonde. So I ended up wanting to color my hair again because I was planning a surprise vow renewal for my husband for a 10-year anniversary. So the little backstory there is backtrack to May 10th, that was our 10-year anniversary, and I completely failed. I bombed on that. I didn't do anything, I didn't plan anything, but my excuse is because April 8th, Cambry was born, April 24th, we moved into our new house, and I was just, since I'm on mat leave, I just spent all the time unpacking, organizing things, rearranging things, and by the time May rolled around, I'm like, I'm so tired, I can't even think about doing anything. So I didn't. I mean, I didn't even get him a card. And then to make matters worse, or to make me feel worse, my husband was so amazing about it. The gift that he got me made me cry, and there was just so much thought put towards it. And I was like, well, crap, I failed. So with our 10-year anniversary passed, and we were actually planning already a family holiday in Cabo, and that was like 19 people. All of a sudden it clicked, and I was like, let's do a surprise vow renewal. Well, I wanted to do a vow renewal, but this time it was going to be a surprise because that was kind of like my gift to my husband. So anyways, a long story short, that's the reason why I wanted to change my hair color, because the bouquet that I picked out and the color of the sashes on the chairs, they were fuchsia pink and then neon yellow. So I kind of wanted my wedding colors to be fun and funky like that. So I was like, oh, let's do the same with my hair. That failed horribly as well. So with the color that I had, the blonde, kind of like the blonde silver gray, that's as far as I could strip it out without adding any more bleach. And at this point, I don't want to do any more bleach because it's just going to make my hair fall out. So I ended up putting in the Pravana orange, Pravana magenta, and the neon yellow because that's the only yellow that I ended up buying. In my head, it looked really good and I was very excited, but when I actually ended up dyeing it, and I didn't dilute any of the colors, I just did it full force because I figured by the time I wash my hair, we do the surprise vow renewal, it's gonna fade out kind of pastel colored. Completely wrong. Because of the undertones of my hair, I looked like Halloween. The pink kind of faded into the orange, and I don't know if it's because of the way I washed my hair, the orange blended into the pink, and it just looked horrible. So I had freshly dyed my hair, and I was like, this looks disgusting. I had about 2 weeks, I think it was 2 weeks before the actual trip. So I used the one and only color fix on it, and that was just a bad idea. So with the orange that I had in my hair, I put a little bit of neon yellow into it, just because I wanted to brighten it up and boost it. And when I stripped the color from my hair turned neon yellow all over, like highlighter yellow, and it had undertones of green because it was just so bright neon. I really wish I took a picture. I didn't. I don't know why. I was just horrified, and I was so upset at myself. So because your hair is freshly dyed, you should not freshly color remove it as well. The dye needs some time to settle, and it's recommended, I ended up reading, that you kind of need to wash your hair 1 or 2 times, or just a few times to get the main pigment out of there. So I obviously didn't do that. I should have. So if you're going to do the same thing as I did, wait a day or 2, just shampoo the hell out of it, and then color remove it. So I did a round of the color removal, went neon yellow, and I tried it again, and it stayed neon yellow. So the color just was not removing, and I was afraid of damaging my hair more. So I reverted to a gentler process. In my mind, it's gentler anyways, and it's the vitamin C shampoo mix. So I ended up getting the vitamin C packets like this, and I used one packet and then I just poured a bunch of shampoo in. I just used this cheap shampoo that I got from the dollar store because the cheaper the shampoo, I figure it strips your hair a lot more. And yes, it's gonna leave it very dry, but I did protein treatments and then deep conditioning treatments between each shampoo. So, so I ended up mixing it up, and I think it took me 3 days to completely remove all of the color from my hair back to the blonde state. So all I did was shampoo it. I left it in for about 30 minutes each time. I'd rinse it all out, and then I'd do a deep conditioning treatment for 30 minutes. And I think it probably took me about 3 days and probably 2, 4, 5 shampoo processes. But it did end up taking out all of my color. I'm like, okay, done. Not touching it again before this vow renewal, not touching it again before the trip. So the color that you see here is all the color moved from it, and I actually really enjoyed having blonde hair. And the reason why I haven't done a color update in my hair in a while is because I did enjoy having that blonde. I kind of toned it up with purple shampoo and brightened it up a bit, and I ended up rocking that for the better part of 1.5 months. So in my vow renewal pictures, and we did family photos when we got back from holidays, so I'm just kind of like a normal blonde color. Now jumping into mid-October, I was getting bored of my hair, and I was thinking for October, since it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I wanted to dye it all pink, but I don't know, I felt like I wanted normal hair, but just hints of colored hair. So I ended up doing kind of like layers underneath here and doing some strands of bright pink and then pastel pink, and I really liked the way that looked. I wore it out for about a week, and then gradually I just added in more color until only this top hair part was blonde, and then it just looked kind of silly because it was kind of muddy gray blonde here, and then everything else was colored. So I was like, let's do the full color, which brings me into this color now. Again, I don't know why I thought doing pink, orange, and yellow was a good idea, because the first time it miserably failed. The second time I thought it would be better, and it did end up turning out better because I ended up, instead of doing full heavy pigment without diluting it, I diluted it with a conditioner, and it kind of came out pastel-y, but I did this in like a 2-step process. So it didn't turn out as Halloween-y as the first time. So after washing it the first time, I ended up hating the color, and I don't know, the pinks I just want to be a lot more vibrant. So I ended up just going through some of the top sections of my hair, and then you can see these bright pink strips. They're not bright pink, but for my color it is. I ended up going through with the Pravana Magenta again and just doing full-on color, not diluting it, and just doing a couple of patches here and there. And after I washed and dried it, I actually really liked it. The pink ended up being a lot more vibrant against the orange, so you could tell there was a difference in color. So I went through the rest of my hair all around and put in some strips of bright pink. So this is the final result here. Again, it was a 2-step process. I did the regular orange, yellow, and pink kind of diluted, and then I put full-on pink pigment all the way through, and I'm actually pretty happy with the color. So this is what it looks like up close. So up close, kind of the orange still looks kind of muddy orange, and I'm not a fan of that, but I noticed last time with my red, orange, yellow hair, when it did fade out, it was almost like a nice rose gold, so a peachy rose gold, so it came out really pretty. So that was an extremely long video of my hair color. I'm sure you really wanted to hear the backstory to everything. You're probably just like clicking through, I want to see that hair color, stop talking. But as always, I'm going to leave a corresponding blog post below so you can see all the pictures as well from kind of how I got to the red gradient all the way up to this color. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. If you guys have any questions, as always, leave it in the down bar below. If there's any color you think that I would look good in, leave that in a comment below, and I'll probably think about doing that in my future color videos. So if you guys like this color on me and you think it looks good, don't forget to give my video a thumbs up, subscribe to see more random videos from me, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I will talk to you in my next video. Bye! Cap, and it says that it came with a little spatula, but I couldn't find one, so I've just been using my dirty little hands and my fingers to dig into this.